Updates. So many updates. Well, kinda, sorta. It's been bizarre. You know, it's summerish right now, August, my birth month, and it's just been torturously hot. I'm not suited. I'm not cut out for this kind of weather. It's been like 90 plus temps. It's been really noisy in my art space with fans and AC, so not ideal for video making. But today I woke up and it was nice and overcast. I actually was able to put on some leggings, brew myself a nice warm cup of tea, and thought, I shall make a YouTube video. So here I am. I've done some work on the projects that I spoke about in my previous YouTube video, including some new ones. So let's take a tour around my little art studio and talk about all the little things. All the little things. All right, there it is. There is my art cave, my little corner of artness. Quite the cluster. But yeah, so right now the piece that is dominating my art space is this wood panel, which is still very much in progress. I started it based off of a couple different pen and ink illustrations that I then knit in together in Photoshop to create kind of like a composition that I liked. But it's featuring this strange glowing moon floaty head thing, and there's this serpent coiled around a beautifully strange Victorian-esque bay window bedazzled tower that is existing on this tiny lump of an island. And if you look, you know, for those of you who saw my first post about this painting, you'll notice that I've actually taken away, there was a boathouse right in this vicinity, and I've taken that away, and instead I've just put a little dock with a boat, like a rowboat kind of thing, right there. So that is how you make your approach to this beautiful purpley thing. I mean, it's still pretty wonky and rough. I have a lot of work to do still, but yeah, so there have been quite some changes since I last showed you this painting. The boathouse is gone. I've put a pier with a little boat. I've also done quite a lot of change up in regards to the background. You know, I really love fog. You know, I grew up by the beach as a kid, and in the mornings there would be this really neat kind of weird fuzzy fog that would hover around the water and kind of take on strange colors. So I'm using that kind of fog concept close to the water and the land, and it kind of starts dissipating into the night. It gets dark. So far it's just pretty solid black with some wisps of blue and white and purple. But it will be all decked out in kind of a maybe more subtle Starry Night kind of Vincent van Gogh style situation. This is like the first little piece of evidence that I've left there. So I'm going to kind of be pushing and pulling stars in and out of the black. And this glow on the serpent is much more successful down here because I've worked on it, and I was having fun bouncing the green glow off of the weird mists and the building around it. But as it gets up here and over the hair, it's definitely lost its voice a bit. So there's a lot of work I need to do on the glow here and how it's going to interact with the sky. So that's still very rough. But I ended the sky and the darkness abruptly to kind of create this eye in the sky that opens up to show you this strange moon goddess thing. She is still very rough. I haven't worked on her hardly at all since my last update on this piece. Really need to work on those crystals, like super major need to work on those crystals. They're very sad. They need all sorts of sparkle and depth and shine added to them, but in due time. But yeah, I have like a webbing of white glow that dissipates into blue, that dissipates into purple, and then you have an abrupt edge with black. And then, you know, I've added a lot of more highlights and depth in to my giant rose eyeballs that tower over this little Victorian cottage out here. Played around with the patch of earth that it's on. It's in blue, as you can see here, and then I have it turning black darker as it comes towards the viewer, trying to push and pull a little bit of depth out of this painting. So as you can see, it's still quite the work in progress. I am working on this painting with System 3 heavy duty acrylic paint, process colors. This is my favorite acrylic paint to work with. It's meant to kind of act, or I guess finish, dry, semi-glossy and textural with lots of depth, so it kind of almost can feel like oil painting when it's finished. But I really like the viscosity, I really like the opacity, the trueness, the brightness of the colors. And this is my sad paint palette, which I never clean. I mean, you can just like rip some of this off. I mean, it just, you know, all I need to do is just do this. But anyway, so that is what I'm using for this. And that's my tried and true paint. And there is quite a lot to do on this, but I'm not really in a rush because I'm painting this for myself. This is not a commission. This is not really anything that needs to happen immediately. This is just something I wanted to do because the huge panel presented itself. It was given to me, and so I'm using it. But I do aim to have this finished for a show that I'm going to be doing at Future Shock, a local record store / gallery space, in October. In the beginning of October, I'm going to have a little solo show. So this will be perfect to whip out then. So I've got some time. I think I can finish it by then. So yeah, there's that. What do you think, Smoo? What should I show them next? Should I show them tarot or should I show them the tea prints? You think tarot? Okay, let's go with that. Alright, as covered in my last project update video, I'm working on a tarot deck. The last one that I was showing you I was working on was Chariot. You might have saw this on that video as just a pencil sketch. Now it is fully inked. And here it is. It is the Major Arcana card Chariot. The Chariot stands for the experience of one's own personality, which is formed through both conscious effort, the charioteer, and the drives of the unconscious, karma, the story of one's life, the stone chariot. The Sphinxes represent the mysteries of life. So I've been using this book as a companion as I work through the Major Arcana. A friend lent this to me and it's been super helpful. So, you know, here's the Chariot card traditionally. I'm not trying to be traditional, but I'm having fun taking specific little pieces and symbols and various things from the old tarot decks and incorporating them into my designs. As you can see, this is the Chariot. These big round things on the side are the wheels. This is kind of a shield front to her chariot. And she is holding a magic wand or a hiking staff, which is a symbol of like preparedness, confidence, wayfaring. I have the Sphinxes here. I have a symbol at the center here, which is a yoni inspired symbol, because as is on the chariot, there's a lingam and a yoni symbol with wings, so I went with yoni. And this box that is just kind of abruptly placed is was interesting, because in the deck it said that was a symbol of subjectivity for everything that we can and must decide for ourselves. So I put that in there. The card also has these cool pointy moon armor things on the shoulder, which says is the polarity of the soul representing by laughing and crying. The chariot stands for the internal and external experiences that we gather in our path through life, in which we form our personality. So I mean, I could go on and on, but there's a lot of symbols in here taken from the traditional tarot card of the chariot. And I like the way it came out. I hope you do too. Okay, so the most recent card that I finished is Strength, which is the 8th card of the tarot deck. If you research the number 8, it is a number of strength, and in tarot, all of the cards that have a number of 8 in them do have an element of strength. So, which is cool, because it's August, the month of 8 right now, Leo, and traditionally this card does have a lion in it, so I thought that was kind of cool. This card is kind of like Beauty and the Beast, and it speaks about how you have both inside you, and the way that you tame your beast is through self-love and compassion and understanding and patience. So I thought that was really cool. I really liked that. So I had a lot of fun interpreting this. Yeah, I mean, here, check out the original. The original has this cool infinity symbol above a lady who has a lot of flowers adorning her head. She has like an apron of flowers draped over her dress. She's like pretty much cuddling this lion in a scape with mountains and trees. So you can see I took pretty much the exact same pose. You can see I've incorporated the flowers in her hair, the infinity symbol. I've even got the flowers on her dress. I've got the lion. I've got the mountains and the trees in the background. But I've made it my own. The lion has one of my trippy faces. The flowers have eyeballs. And I had a lot of fun with designing her outfit. Of course, she ended up with a corset. So yeah, there is my Strength card. So yep, Chariot and Strength, all done. The next one on the list is the Wheel of Fortune. So I haven't begun that one yet, but that will probably start tonight. Okay, so it's been a while since I've played with watercolor, and I finally kind of found an excuse to do it. And not that I need an excuse, but Tea-Fest, Northwest Tea-Fest is happening in Seattle. I've been approved as a vendor, and I'm very excited. It's what it sounds like. It's a festival of tea. There's lots of tea vendors out there. You can try all sorts of tea, and they've opened it up to people who have art that are related to tea. So it's going to be my first major big kind of festival-y vending experience. I've vended a lot locally at local markets and the like, and I've had gallery shows, but I've never done an actual festival, so this will be a good trial run. And I decided to design some illustrations specifically for selling at this Tea Fest. So as you can see, both of these are tea related. I have a lady relaxing in a nice big cup of green tea. And I had a lot of fun with watercolor, just kind of freaking out and splattering around. There's a fun gradation on the teacup here with some texture that I created by throwing salt into the wet watercolor. But I just like the serenity of her expression, and I hope that it's an attractive print for people at the fest. Here is another one, just a really colorful mermaid with a beautiful jade teapot. And then this one's probably my favorite. Got one of my rose goddesses growing out of a cup of tea, and I really had fun with letting the red of the rose kind of drip and ooze off into the background and kind of create this interesting haze. Again, a lot of this texture is created with salt into wet watercolor. But yeah, so there's that. And then I think there's one little one here. I want to create a sticker. I'm going to have some stickers for the event too. This is going to be one of the sticker concepts. Just a little tea bag, little sentient tea bag. I really have fun with this too. This illustration I really like as black and white as well, but I did a kind of limited color palette when I did the watercolor on it with just some purples and reds and yellows. I left a lot of the white there, but it's just like a Victorian Mrs. Potts, if you will. You know, she's just got tea on her shoulder and on her head and in her hair and everywhere. But yeah, I really had fun creating this print, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a hit. And if not, I don't know. I don't know what. I like it. This is another one. It's a concept that is actually for finishing my tattoo sleeve that I have, but I ended up watercoloring it. I think it will work nicely as a little sticker for the Tea Fest as well. You know, so yeah, so these all started as pen and inks, and then I scanned them into the computer, printed them out again on watercolor, and then I did some watercolor versions on top of the prints and decided, you know, which ones were my favorite and which ones I was going to scan and make prints of. So these are the winners. They're scanned. I haven't gotten the prints back yet, but in due time. So not only will I have these tea-related illustrations in watercolor, I'm also going to have some of my general pen and ink illustrations that aren't really related to tea, but I'm going to make them related by tea staining them. You know how I do. You know my usual, which is the Rooibos chai, which is creating the sepia. And for the purpley gray, I'm using hibiscus. So I'm going to have a bunch of hand tea stain prints at the festival, hanging out next to prints of my watercolor tea related art. So tea, lots of tea. I'm super excited. Wish me luck, guys. So that event is September 30th to October 1st in Seattle. Go to northwestteafest.com, I believe, if you are interested in checking it out. So that's coming up. Gotta get ready. So I'm spending a lot of time preparing inventory. You know, it's always kind of like a crapshoot. You know, how much do I make? I don't want too little inventory, but I also don't want to overstock. But I suppose anything that I don't sell at the Tea Fest, I can just put for sale in my Etsy shop for you guys to grab. So we shall see. Okay, so we've talked about the tea, we've talked about the tarot. Oh, here is my latest mini 4x6 original acrylic painting commission. So as I spoke about in my previous projects video, I am offering up all of these 4x6 canvases as commissions. So you can commission me for $25 to pretty much paint anything you want on one of these. And, you know, I've done several at this point. This one I just finished like a night ago, and I really like it. And it's a really sweet commission. The lady wanted me to paint a memorial piece, and she specifically wanted rain, tears, wings, and a heart. So I kind of made it so that the rain falls from her hair above. And I've got the wings in there. I've got little tears. Got a heart. And I just heard back from her last night, and she loves it, and she's very excited to receive it. So I'll be spraying this with some varnish and shipping it off Monday for her. But I was just really kind of honored that she had asked me to create something so personal, such a sweet memorial. So if you are watching this and you're like, well, hey, I want to commission you, I have an Etsy listing for this specifically. I think it just says commission mini painting 4x6 for $25 plus shipping. So if you want to go on there, you can purchase that at lucidopticlab.etsy.com, and in the comments of your order you can just simply tell me what you want, what your subject matter is going to be, and I will work to make it so. I have some fun little sections of just knickknacks and things and leftover projects, but that Tina from Bob's Burgers was made by Nitwit, which is a local street artist. And here's this little guy I painted, little vinyl toy. A friend of mine, Darcy Silly Weird Things, made me this adorable plush chicken with some mushroom fabric I had. Here's another one of those 4x6 mini acrylic paintings that I'm doing commissions. This one Danny had marbled, and I just painted one of my flying heads on it. And this is full of button pins. Lots and lots of button pins, which you can grab. Ooh, there's a butt with an eyeball. And some fishies. You can grab these up in my Etsy shop too. And let's see, stickers from friends, and books that I'm reading. Right now I'm really into cob houses. I'd love to build my own house. And this is like a watercolor painting and a bunch of stickers that are all cut out and ready to be sent to people who buy them. I've got some watercolor paintings in here, pressing, lots of watercolor paintings. And some books of inspiration, like The Victorian Country House. I was given this by the same lady who's letting me borrow that tarot book. It's a blank deck of tarot cards, so that might be interesting to work on someday. I mean, separate from the deck I'm making, but just like a personal deck. Make my own personal deck would be cool. This is like kind of super old vinyl toy thing that I painted like a while ago, long while ago, years ago. This guy is fun. Dr. Creature made me a dust bunny. It's literally out of lint that he found under his bed. And this is a spray painted can, or it's a spray paint can by Tommy Face, who is a street artist in LA. And my plants are a little sad. They're a little barbecued because it's been so hot. I need to probably water them today. But I love the weird pink spiky veins these leaves have. Aren't they trippy? It's an old spray paint kind of just practice board up there with like my favorite decorative creepy face teacup. And a spade plant, a random, like, very old sculpture I made and painted. But down here, you know, I'm currently reading Neil Gaiman Norse mythology, and it's great. I love his retelling of these tales. Isn't this pretty? Look at the Thor's hammer. It's all glowy. Aw, Neil, what would we do without you? So inspiring. I'm drinking Lady Grey, which is it's a little bit different from Earl Grey. It's more citrusy. It's got some other citrus elements to it. It's a little lighter, but more citrusy. Here's a sticker. One of my cat lady stickers. My weird cat fluff ball stickers. This is my salt shaker that I use for when I'm working with watercolor. It's a little owl. But yeah, I mean, I could go on and show you all sorts of bits, but it's been a while since we took a little studio tour. Over here by the window is an altar, and then I have lots of books, more books of inspiration and knowledge. And behind my massive painting is my prep station. It's where I ship things off. Got all my packaging supplies and boards to put with various prints and envelopes and business cards and a weighing station. And butts. All right, I guess that's it. What do you think, Sushi? What do you think? Huh? Is that it? You done? We done? I think we're done here, folks. Woohoo! So that concludes my little update on all my art projects. If you are wanting to purchase some of my art, go to lucidopticlab.etsy.com. That is my online shop. And I've got all sorts of original acrylic paintings, pen and ink illustrations, tea stainings, buttons, stickers, all sorts of stuff. And I post on the regular at Lucid Rose. I also have a Facebook fan page at Chelsea Rose Arts and a Twitter at Lucid Rose. So follow me. And if you are interested in supporting me in a different way, you can also check out my Patreon spot, which is patreon.com/ChelseaRoseArts. It's kind of like a tip jar, except you can sign up for kickbacks like monthly coloring pages that I put over there. You can also sign up for goodies, like surprise art goodies like stickers and things like that. And so yeah, I really do appreciate you for watching. Please subscribe, share, like, comment, you know the drill. Much love, till next time. Bye.